German sips with a grin so wide. Pogs on the table can't hide his pride. Creator in the corner starts to glare. Madness sparks and hate fills the air. Stack 'em high, a tower of luck. Germans winning, it feels like pluck. Alice Matt's fury, a brewing storm. Visions of pogs in every form. Pogs are spinning, tables turning. Alice Matt's eyes with fierce fire burning. Germans' laughter echoes loud in a world that's pog-bound proud. Matt sees and he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. And he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Alas, Matt fumes can't take no more. Pogs and slammers hit the floor. It's not about the game you see. It's about what fun could be. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann.
The moment I decide I'm going live is when a lot of people are going live. It's insane. And the thing is, I actually set up the stream earlier, a few hours ago. So, and I already picked out some of my stuff. But Saturday night, for those of us who are at home, got no plans, I said, I'll fire up a stream. I got something to talk about, Q&A. You know how it goes. I see some of the regulars in the chat. Dialogue with absolutely nothing to say. Nothing to say, huh? Nothing, huh? Well, shout out to people watching on BitChute and Rumble as well. Hail to you guys out there. Of course, here in our main hub of YouTube. Rob Kira 85. Yes, I will be going over that. I got some things I want to say about that. And the purpose of these streams that I'll be doing is not necessarily to shit on anybody, but offer some takes to inspire people to, buy our comics. Why not? That's what it's about, right? Buy our comics, consume it, be inspired by it, and, keep it moving. How's it going, James Hurley? Oh, not you. No, I'm on time, Carol. I'm always on time. Just because you say it doesn't mean it's so. Just because it's not so when you say it. So I'm sorry, Einberg. I didn't mean to interrupt your Saturday queerness. I did not mean it. I did mean it, but still, I didn't mean. For the sake of kayfabe, I didn't mean it. But I did mean it. Alden Mill 3, how's it going, my friend? Don't you dare fall for the Kamen America drama bait. Don't be the D word following the breadcrumbs. Oh no. This is not even drama bait at all. I'm not doing that. Trust me. I'm not. I have a method to what I'm doing here. Trust me, this is not a drama bait at all. So trust me on that. Nice try, pal. I see the rings around my avatar. I see it around my avatar. So you can't fool me at all. Akuma says, I clicked on this video. It's actually a stream, but and some K-pop ad came up. Thumbs down, unsub. Okay, well, thanks. Come again. 10 out of 10 will stream again. Sure, thank you. Awesome. All right, so yeah, that happened. And I guess that's what happens when you have that Google AdSense thing going. I don't know. It's just the way it is. But enjoy. More intro.
You stole my heart, you intercepted it. can't have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
I absolutely hate Talk Labs. Did I mention that? Did I mention I absolutely hate Streamlabs Talk Studio? Because wait, what does it say? Why did I get a JCPenney commercial before? I don't know. I guess ad revenue. I don't know. I honestly I hate that whole like when you go on a live stream and then it's going on live and there's an ad going. I get it. That's why I usually just hit that arrow that goes to the left to take me back 10, 20 seconds, however many seconds I miss. That way I don't miss a thing. So, but yeah, that's why, because I have the AdSense going, so I guess I'm earning revenue. So I appreciate you guys allowing me to earn my 20 cents for the day. That's awesome. Algebra says, ha, 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 nice. Yes. Okay, I swear the K-pop is better than Taylor Swift. See, you got to be careful what you wish for. You got to be careful. I know what I'm doing. There's a method to my madness. Believe me when I say there is an absolute method to my madness. But shout out to the people that are watching right now. A lot of activity going on in the interwebs. So I wasn't planning on going live today until a few hours ago, and I said, I'll go on live. Why not? And then do a Q&A and talk about some things that has transpired. And no, we will not fall for any drama bait, but I got some things to say. Why not? Because I can do it. I don't care what this person here says. She's an absolute abuser. Wait, let's make sure the stream gets taken down so he doesn't get that ad revenue. Nice try. Nice try, Colors, but no, it's not going to work. Because now I'm an elite. I'm elite. That means you have no choice now but to respect me and honor me among the greats. I have influence now, and I can convince people to do stuff. So you can't really do anything just to hurt my chances. I am elite. Oh, wait. Oh, look who's here. Oh, wait. Hold on. I can't read your comment yet. Not until I do your intro. Hold on. You think you're cute, right, Jabby? You think you're cute, right? You think you're absolutely cute, right? With this new name, right? Just because you made one typo and you think you're gonna run with it, right? That's so cute, right? You think you got something to go, right? Hey guys, look, alas me. I made a typo. Alas me. Every comment out of you on Twitter, it's alas me. I'm on to you, pal. Okay, stop being funny after the first time, but you're going off with it, and you think it's funny, right? You think that you got something, right? Like a gotcha or a new thing, right? That's your new ID. That's your new material, right? You think that's what you got on me? Well, you don't, because it died after the first time. No, every time I got to type something on Twitter, even if it's something important from you, it's alas me. Stop it. Freaking stop it. Good job, Carol. Great job. I hope you're happy. I really do. I hope you feel great. I hope you feel like you've contributed to the United States efforts of greatness. I hope you feel wonderful. Because guess what? If I get deported, it's more talk time for you. So there you go. Suck on that espresso. Akuma says, damn, that clip unlocked old memories. I know. It certainly did. No, you don't, Carol. No, you don't. Because I'll copyright strike you. No, you don't. You do not. That does not happen. No, it's not clipped. It is not clipped. It's not clipped. No. You know why? Because the truth, Akuma, is on my side. It's on my side. So you cannot take whatever clippings you got and form a narrative with it, because the truth is here on this channel on my side. So you can take anything out of context, it's not going to work. Oh, you're saving the USA? Well, wonderful job. You're doing a great spang up job because now you got grown men complaining about toys and the rising increases of their die-cast cars. So, don't tell me to chill. Don't tell me to chill out. Don't tell me to chill out. You're the one with the trademark typo, and you think you got something. I am not gonna now. You got me heated. How about that? Now you got me heated. You like them apples? Because guess what? I like them apples too. Oh, you called animal control. That's cute. That's great. No, I'm not saying nothing again. Now I'm not saying nothing again. Absolutely not. Now I'm not saying a word now. Not anymore. Just because now Carol asked for it. No. Damn it.
Behind the fire and smoke, a beautiful city now, a war zone, fighting in streets, no time to joke. Just pray we survive, pray we're not alone. The dangers around the corners of every street, but we won't back down. We won't admit defeat. We need a hero, a savior we can meet. We need a warrior of justice, a warrior trade. We need a warrior of hope, a warrior trade. We need a warrior of hope, a warrior trade. We need a warrior of truth, a warrior trade. Take the road that lead us all down a path to a call. This is our city, these are our lives. You mutant freaks won't make us die. We need our own ways to make us die. We need a warrior of justice. We need a warrior of hope, a warrior trade. We need a warrior of hope, a warrior trade. We need a warrior of truth, a warrior trade. We need a warrior of truth, a warrior.
All right, now I got to cut the intro short because now I'm seeing some misinformation in the chat, and now I got to address the chat because there's a lot of misinformation there, and I can't let it slide. So let's see. What did it start with? It started with I'm not saying nothing is a double negative. That means you're saying it. Like, I don't know what that means. So you're confusing me. So I disavow. You have not won nothing, guy in this room. You've won nothing. Okay. I coped. I released. Now I'm good. You've won nothing. Oh, look at Jabba with his little typo. Why don't you trademark it? Just trademark it and get it over with. You know you want to. You absolutely want to. So you didn't win shit, Carol. You didn't win nothing. Nothing. What does that got to do with the contents of today's stream, Akuma? What does that have to do with the content? I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, guys, I do appreciate that you're going live on a Saturday just to tell people to send Carol. No, that's what I want to confront. That is complete misinformation. Total misinformation. I didn't ask this. I didn't suggest it. I didn't endorse it. I absolutely do not condone it. I actually am going to say, don't send her any money to go to Heroes Con because I'm going to be there. Matt Seed, Twitless, a whole lot of us are going to be there. A lot of creators are going to be there. So it's going to be a nice little hub. My first time traveling out of state. Well, no. Does New Jersey count? No, New Jersey doesn't count. So I'm not going to count New Jersey. So technically, it's my first time going out of state to a con. So it's a big deal for me to actually jump in my car with my book. Oh, speaking of books, see, now that's a nice segue. So if you guys didn't see my Twitter, I got my books for the Ash Can, Pumpkin War Patch. This is the Ash Can from the Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake campaign. Although it's not even an Ash Can. It's actually a floppy. So it's just issue 1 of Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake's sidekick, Pumpkin War Patch. It's Pumpkin War Patch Volume 1. A mature readers only floppy. So, but yeah, it looks really good. And I got this yesterday. I already bagged and boarded all the copies that's going out to the backers. I'm just waiting on Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake to come in. which should be in a few days, and then I'm gonna start putting these out there. So, okay, I wonder what prices will be now since tariffs are in place. Maybe a bit more until people get their sea legs. Adjustments incoming. So I actually asked. So Algebra, I asked my print guy yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Was it yesterday? 2 days. No, it was yesterday. I got these yesterday. So I asked him yesterday, point blank, how the tariffs going to affect pricing with printing books going forward. And he told me that because he gets the shit in the US, it's not really going to affect him. So it won't affect me per se. So I can still get my stuff printed. And prices will, for the most part will still be the same. I did hear some people talk about the inking. I heard in some DM groups, they were talking about how inks come from overseas. So that may be the only thing that our domestic printers will have to figure out. But for the most part, I stress this to creators. And since this is a segue, I mentioned it in the title, Toys, Tariffs, and Tribulations Oh My, right? I mentioned that. So I saw this clip, and I'm playing it because it is definitely, it speaks to the bigger picture. And what I mean by that is that a lot of creators, if I can find it, did I bookmark it? I thought I bookmarked it. I thought I did. Let me just make sure, because I thought I bookmarked it. I mean, I can find it. I just got to go into one of the groups here. But there is a lot of immediate reaction by creators, by companies regarding the tariffs and either adjusting prices or just outright just dropping out of business. I had one creator, I don't want to say small creator, but he's a up and starter in one of the DM rooms, flat out said he's dropping out because he has no way to really print these books at a reasonable price and still make a profit. So here it is. Okay, I found it. So this is our good friends John Millen and Ethan Van Sciver regarding regarding his diecast cars, but this speaks to the bigger conversation. And let me put the volume up here. Okay, here we go. And let me make sure I'm not like hogging the screen. Actually, let me take my camera for a second. Here we go. Listen to this.
Kamen Rental $1.99. How much more expensive will cars be because tariffs? I don't know, 20%, 25%, something like that.
Wait, hold on. Tim Wilson's in the chat. He says, "What up? Am I late?" No, you're just in time. I started the stream with harassers and racists coming at me, but you're just in time. We're actually now beginning the heart of the conversation. So there you go. So we're going to start with toys, tariffs, and trouble. The whole tariff. Aljama asked a question about tariffs. So listen to this. This is Malin and EVS talking about the tariffs, and listen to what they say.
Kamen Rental $1.99. How much more expensive will cars be because tariffs? I don't know, 20%, 25%, something like that.
A lot. That's why I'm excited about launching this campaign. Yeah, I got the tariffs bill. I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. I still love you, Trump. Still love you, but god damn it.
For the cars,
yeah, everything being made in China is going to be there's going to be an extra bill attached to it. So it's nice. I appreciate.
So yeah, so that is a thing right now. Is they are feeling it right now. They're absolutely everybody's feeling it. The printing in China, like the cost cutting, the shortcuts and avoidance of costs. Now it's hitting them hard. And again, it's not just the big guys. The big guys that's going to be interesting for the next few years because of the late books and the late products. And now we start to wonder how much more is that going to affect the delivery time. It's going to be wait and see right now. Things are going to get interesting. But for a lot of the smaller creators, they should really look into looking at local printers and really not consider building our economy. I was already a step ahead back in 2021. 2020, because that's when I started. No, 2021 was when I started printing. Because I did get the quote in 2020 for Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, and I finally pushed the brakes, not push brakes. I gotta pick better euphemisms. I hit the pedal to get them printed in 2021, and I went locally because I did get prices for Mixam because a lot of the CGers were using Mixam. So I figured let me just try Mixam too because they had a good rep and everything. But I said, you know what? It'd be better if I go locally because number one, I have I'm really just a few feet, a couple miles away from the print shop. So if I need anything, I just go make an order, and then it's right there. So I don't got to worry about shipping because I can go pick it up. And when I form a relationship with the print owner, I get discounts, whatever. So it's good to have that. And then I get to ask him things like what's the issue with the tariffs and so forth. And he gave me the information. And Helmet, I'm trying to have a conversation. Helmet, why did I have that comment open? I don't know. But we are. But I asked him directly, and that's what he told me, and I felt good about it because, like I said, I print in the good old U.S. of A, and I make sure. Do I have it here? I don't have it in the back of this comic, but in the Road Warrior Drake comics, I do have it in bold, printed in the USA, and I'm proud of that. But yeah, this came in yesterday. The floppy issue number 1 of Pumpkin War patch for the backers who backed it in the Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake campaign. So once I get the other books this week, then I'll start shipping. So I'm looking forward to that. Henry Beeman says, I'm diverting the money I was going to use to buy Road Warrior Drake to say, oh, you know what? Ban him. Mods, ban him. Ban him from the chat. Ban that guy. He's an enemy. He's an enemy. He's a usurper, and he's totally undermining. I have influence now. I have influence. Respect me. Respect me. I have influence. Me and Tom McFarlane now we're here. We have equality. So this comment will not do. It will not do. And anybody that puts money down to send Carol to harass me at Heroes Con in North Carolina on the weekend of June 20th, you're going to hear it from me. It's going to be a bad, bad day. That's right. USA should be on. US of A. Yes. 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 Tinfoil had him stay out of my hometown, Yankee boy. There you go. There you go. Stay out of his hometown. I don't know where that's at, and I don't want to know. So it's okay. Oscar say just duck T. Oh, I can't even set the D word. Fudge. I will not read the D word unless you pay me for it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna add whatever initial, whatever, because I'm not gonna get struck unless my taxes are paid. It just is. Guidance says Trump has already been backtracking, though, which honestly makes it seem like Trump is effing up to me. I was asking my print guy about that, and he seems to think that it's like a cat mouse kind of thing, where like you're gonna see each side's gonna see exactly how far the other can go before they say, you know what, let's just stop this and let's just come to the table and let's agree to something. So he thinks that this is just a way for them to come to the negotiating table and come up with something. So we're gonna see what happens. Something has to happen. This economy has been terrible the last decade. When Trump was in office the first term, everything was great economically. Not perfect, but we had a good economic term. And then when the next administration took over, you saw what happened. So something happened, and it wasn't just that. It was decades. We're talking like the Clinton administration, the Bush administration, the Obama administration. So, even Reagan and Trump in his first administration signed a bill that did not help the deficit. So something had to happen. So we're going to see where this goes. I think, and I had the same sentiment that my print shop guy has, which is it's a lot of overreaction, but we'll see. We're going to see what happens. It's a great time to have a digital option. Oh no. Ironbeck says the race is always going to win. No, I don't allow it. I don't allow it. Let me scroll up down to the chat. I'm a little behind. Okay. Ethan, yeah, the beer thing. I don't know. Try 150% tariffs on all goods made and imported from China. So yeah, that's yeah. So I was watching the news segment today, and toy shop owners, they're concerned. But you know what though? Maybe right now, if you're a guy with influence in the United States and you somehow are able to, at the very least, get into like the toy making biz, this is probably a good time to consider it. This is where people who can do it, who are able to do it, and have a chance to make some money are going to do it. And it's about really just seeking them out. It really is. So I'm excited to launch this campaign so I can fleece my backers for more money. Oh, you talk about the new campaign that EVS is pumping out. That's what it seems like. It's going to be curious to see how much he charges. It's going to be curious to see how much these creators start charging with the tariffs now, especially the Kings and what they're charging. So scroll down more. Let's see. No, it is not gay. We are platonic. It's great. We're platonic. Why did I highlight that? Why am I highlighting comments that are negative towards me? I feel like I'm allowing the usurping to happen. Be like my good friend Kirby, my mentor Kirby. What's up, Kirby? How you doing? I'd like to have you in the chat. It's awesome. Skipping a few of these. Wait, yeah, Einbrecht, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't do it. I swear to Allah, if you do it, I'm gonna. I don't know. Oh, super chat from Aljamil3 for $2. Thank you, Aljamil. You're saving me from the racism. I appreciate it because it's already been a nightmare. I've already hit my stream and it's already been a nightmare. But you say bit for coffee. Great to have a digital option now. Yeah, I mean, it's the. And speaking of digital, we're gonna go into one of the stories that is in my thumbnail. If you're wondering where that thumbnail, oh, your hometown is North Carolina. Oh, well, first of all, I know because you said Yankee boy, so I'm like, no one's ever called me a Yankee before. I've been called Sebastian, so I guess maybe that's the closest I've ever been called to a Yankee. Don't ask. I'm just relaying it. But yeah, I'll be at Heroes Con. I'm gonna be invading North. Well, I got family in North Carolina, so I'm not really invading it. It's actually not my first time there, but my first time at this con. So I will be there, and I'm gonna say hi to the locals, smile, have fun. You know, I'm not gonna be there just looking at my phone and just looking all miserable like some of these guys do when they get their booths at the con. I've seen the photos, I've seen the pictures. They're just sitting there, just like being all miserable. And I'm like, a lot of these guys lack the retail or the corporate world or the private sector skills of just being approachable. That really does go a long way. So yeah, Carol's. Why are you spamming my chat, Carol, with this hideous link? Why aren't the mods banning her? No, Kirby. When I go on a rant, or when I go on a talking spree, and the chat is on fire, I have to skip chats because if I don't, then I'm gonna be doing this for 5-6 hours, and no one's gonna watch me for 5-6 hours. I'm actually exhausting people's resonance by having them watching for even 1 hour. So I gotta be kind to them. Speaking of kind, carbon dioxide for $2. Thank you for that $2. Carbon dioxide, $2 from Detroit. Hail Detroit! Shout out Detroit. Hopefully things get better for you guys. So appreciate it. I got my latest shadow band watching me right now. She had a long day. She says hi. Oh, she bought me some stuff, and maybe I'll talk about this on my Indie Comic Outlier stream before I get to the story about the eye in the thumbnail. So she got me this, the New Yorker, the old New Yorker strips, dating back to 1920. Yeah, these are the older strips. So nice hardcover. So I'll talk about this. Probably get it in the comic outline. But hopefully I'm not pixelated. So, but yeah, that's why I'm skipping chats, is because I'm saying a lot, and if I don't catch up, we're gonna be here for 3 hours. So feel free. Listen, if I miss a comment that you want me to read, feel free to retype it. I'm okay with that. So dress like money, too good for the. Oh why? Oh why? Because I'm succeeding now. So colors can't succeed, right? Get in your place, boy. Get in your place, boy. Get in the back of the bus, boy. Right? I gotta stay in the back of the bus. I gotta be in the back of the bus. No. Guess what? It is my time now to get in to stand up in the middle. Now I'm standing up in the middle. It's my time now, Kirby. I want to stand up in the middle, so that way when the doors on the side open, I can get out instead of having to go to a bunch of white people who are angry at me for living and breathing and saying, "Excuse me." No, I want to be like, sayonara. I'm allowed. I really am allowed. I wish you could just be nice to me. You're my mentor. You're like a teacher to me. I think. I believe it. I don't know. Aljama says, the ones at their feet at the cons are the ones making the sales and relations. Listen, check this out, Aljama. And I'm telling you, nobody would expect me to sell books at the con. My Road Warrior Drake books, nobody would expect me to sell this. But I actually sell at least 1 or 2 of these per con in my area and in New Jersey. And all it takes is just being personable, saying hi to people, shaking hands, having a conversation. They see the book, they look at the inside, and they're like, oh, this is kind of weird. Yeah, I'll buy it. And especially now that I got B-Citizen and Road Warrior Drake coming this week, I'll have the 2 books now. So now I have a world that I'm building, a saga that I'm building. So now they'll get the fullness of the character. And once the day comes when I have the 3rd book and a bunch of floppies, it's going to be my own little, what do you call it? Franchise I'm building my little franchise. So let's see. Eliza wants to be the meat in the sandwich confirmed. I don't know what that means, but that's perverted, and I'm not down with that. Lady Shadowban says, "Hey, she's saying hi to the chat. Hi to the chat." So we were talking about digital, right? We're talking about digital. I saw this tweet from Doug Snaple, and it's about the AI stuff. And I saw the replies. I saw him further, go elaborating. Let's see here. Let me find it. Here it is. Okay, there it is. So let me go ahead and share the screen. I'm going to check my camera off for a second, so that way it's not as pixelated. Here we go. Share screen. Let me make sure I'm not. Okay, good. That I don't got my message open. So here's our good friend Doug Snaple. He says, "This is an eyeball I drew with a 12-pack of Crayola crayons. If you're complaining about AI taking jobs and not requiring any skill, yet you use Photoshop or any digital aid, you deserve to lose this argument and probably your job." So he drew this with crayon. Pretty impressive, I think, but it would appear that he's saying that if you use Photoshop or any drawing aid, you have no right to complain about AI taking over your job. Now, I looked at some of his replies, or him co-signing on the replies to get a fullness of his argument here. So initially, you're thinking that he's saying that Photoshop and AI are the same thing, to which I say that's totally not true, because Photoshop still requires you to be able to learn how to draw. Like if your hand to paper skills is shit, your mouse to template on Photoshop is going to be shittier. So I didn't quite agree with that argument. And we'll go further into this. Kirby says, if you sold at a furry con while dressed as a giant D word, I bet you'd kill. They sell them furries. They say them furries have buka buka. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, I don't think I want to mess with them furries. I'm good. Yes, please hit that like and subscribe button. Don't worry about what I did. Oh no, they have to have money, but that's why I have no shame at anybody that makes money off furries, and if you get commercials from furries, they will pay you. Just don't be one. That's all. Other than that, we're good. And don't diddle kids. But Thomas says Taneba should do a book full of eyes, but on the other side, he's not a dirt-eating hoe bag. What's that in reference? I wonder what that's in reference to. I don't know. Here we go. Doug says, I saw Doug agree with the creator that digital does take artistic skill. Yeah, it's later on in the thread. He does co-sign that, and I'm going to find it right now. But then Razor Fist, who's retarded, says digital art is just as bad as AI art. That's what and this is what confused me, because Doug is like, yeah, it's fact. Like, no, digital art, if you talk about like actually creating, like you're actually drawing on a mouse pad or on a tablet, again, your hand to paper skills has to be good to be able to draw well on a tablet or on a photo app. So just because you have the ability to draw on digitally doesn't mean it's going to be good, or doesn't mean that you're going to have any kind of consistent form or just a style of some kind. I'm very anti-AI. Any artist using it, I will not buy. Yeah, there is that sentiment. So yeah, so there's people that are just like, even if they use it as a reference, they will not patronize that artist at all. So there is that humongous sentiment against AI. And believe me, I'm not a fan of AI in terms of like, look, it has its purpose. It has its reasons, not reasons. There's a purpose that you can use for it, but not as a means to replace your ability to create something from scratch. It has some kind of there's a way that you implement it without it being the main thing to use. I think Doug's a little extreme in that take. I believed he was, but again, like and look, unfortunately, I have to agree with George Alexopoulos, aka Pussyopolis, and I call him that because he has me blocked. But he says I can draw eyeballs using crayons or finger paint too. That doesn't mean Photoshop is some cheap toy like AI. Photoshop, 3D modeling, animation, and digital techniques each take years to master, while typing a prompt into a text box takes zero proficiency. You know this. He's partially right. And what I mean by that is you can type a prompt into an AI generator and it won't come out exactly the way you want it. There is a method to typing certain type of words and how to structure your prompts to create anything close to what you're looking for. But that being said, it isn't the same as actually mastering a technique through digital art. It still requires, in my opinion, traditional drawing style. It does. So you don't just get a an app or a tablet or whatever and think all of a sudden you can draw like a John Bashima. Well, I'll keep it comic related. Whether it's John Bashima, George Perez, like you're not gonna just get those skills immediately. You got to still practice. There's still a practicing with your hand technique, with your hand-eye coordination. That still comes to play with digital art. So to me, the AI comparison, it's not a good one. But again, Doug actually does clarify it here further. So let's see. Is it this tweet here? Let's see. But I think he's also not giving any room for those that are complaining about AI to have that argument if they are relying on some kind of digital tool. No, okay, look, he says here, Photoshop absolutely stole other people's art. You're saying it's just a tool is fine. We agree on that. But you didn't get made when the grunt who cut Amber at the print shop lost his shop. You really don't want to get into this argument because you'll lose this. I was there. So and it's true. Photoshop does swipe some art, but at the end of the day, the artist, are the one that's still creating from scratch. Razor Groom. Ouch. That was harsh. Oof. Okay. Yeah, but again, I don't think it's a sound argument. Yeah, Razorfist was. Yeah, I did say that, and honestly, it's a dumb take by Razorfist. It really is. I don't agree with that. George has a lot of us blocked. By the way, hail to the chat, Bat Sauce. How's it going? He has a lot of us blocked. From the early days of CG. Yeah, he was on a block spree. So like, if you didn't really like sympathize with his plight of being memed by War Campaign, and you weren't quick to call EBS whatever, then yeah, he blocked you. He absolutely blocked you. So I've been on the block ever since. It's not a flex for me, but still, it's something. I can make AI art, says Guy in his room. I can make prompts, so I won't buy a comic artist who does that. I want to buy something I respect and appreciate, not something I could just make myself. See, that is the better argument. And again, it just goes to show that it's not the same. Typing some prompts in an AI generator is not the same as drawing it on Photoshop or Clip Studio. You still require hand-eye coordination, a skill, the ability to draw, drawing digitally. So it's not I want to try to understand Doug's point, but I don't think in that initial post he really made it clear. So and then he says here, every artist looks at art they didn't make without permission to train themselves to draw, paint, and animate. Then they use what others learned in their own works. It's how everyone learns most things. We gain and adapt the innovation of others. So this thing right here, it's true, because in high school, when I was in high school, most of my peers were copying the anime style. Like Dragon Ball was a big thing during that time in the underground circuit before it became mainstream. So a lot of my peers were collecting the Dragon Ball Z VHS tapes from Chinatown or wherever they was getting bootlegs, and they were copying that style. And they didn't really adapt it, so I kind of felt like, it's a little bush league to really copy the anime style and not really make it your own. You become a copycat, not an artist at that point. That has been my opinion since high school, and I'm sticking to that opinion. If you adapt someone's style but you don't make it your own, you're a copycat. You're not an artist. And he's right. Yeah, you look at someone's art and it inspires you, but then you adapt it in your own, and that's fine. Like everybody does that. So let me see here. Yeah, so I kind of was like, I think he was a little all over the place, but then here's this comment by this guy that Doug says you get. He says, this guy here, Max Tepifray, and let me know what you guys think. Pick up a pencil crowd. Let me read it again. Quote unquote, pick up a pencil crowd when the pencil is in Photoshop, complaining that big corporations are profiting off their works while refusing to self-host for decades, handing over rights left and right. Nobody can find me, they cry, as they pay $0 a month to social media sites. And Doug is like, you get it. So I'm wondering if the bigger argument that Doug is making is that these artists are making the argument despite the fact that they themselves are part of the problem because they're still funding these corporations that are, I guess, replacing them. I don't know. It's I guess I kind of get it. You know, if it's a call to, I guess, big art. I don't know, big art. But yeah, Ray's official was very clear at this point, and that's why it was easy to say he was dumb for that point. If he doesn't have you blocked, you're not doing something right. Get on it. Get on it. Call him soft. Tell him to stop blocking his fellow conservatives. That's what he needs to do. Oh, look, it's Well Read. Well Read has me totally. He tried to get people to think that we were friends, and we're not. He tagged me in a post on Twitter, and just because I came on your show and reviewed a Reaper Destroyer doesn't mean you get to tell people that I was there. I didn't sign for that. I did not sign for that. By the way, check that review out when you guys get a chance. Yeah, that's my thing. With the Photoshop, they're still creating. Or with Clip Studio Paint, they're still creating the thing. They're not really, it's not the same thing. I'm not clear on his point. I don't know if he, because I get it, he draws traditionally. I get it. We all saw him with Bigfoot Bill and Earthworm Jim. You know, he takes pen to paper and he's drawing, and I get that. But there's a Stone Toss comic. If I can find it, I don't know if let me see if I can find it. But there's a Stone Toss comic. It's 3 panels, and he threw in his take on the AI stuff, and it was actually a very sharp rebuke. Here it is. Okay, I found it. Yeah, this is the comic. Good old Reddit had it too. Yeah, of all places, Reddit had it, but that's fine. I'm good with that. So let me enlarge it. So this is some Stone Toss. Panel 1 says, look at the photo I took. This is a guy holding his cell phone in the red. The guy in the green says, if you want to be a professional photographer, you need to get a good camera like mine. Oh, wait a second. Is that the right one? No, that's not the right one. Hold on. That's not the... So, okay, somebody reworded that. You know what? I got conned. Hold on 1 second. Somebody reworded that because that's not the actual words. Oh, here we go. This is the... Okay, yeah, this is the one. I hate when leftists do that. They take the Stone Toss comics and they try to reword it to make it match there, and it's stupid. This is the actual one. So the guy in the red says, check out this AI art I made. The guy in the green says, you mean a machine made that? And then there he is taking a photo with the camera. That is the that's what I think that's the argument Doug Snaple is making. That's the visual interpretation of what Doug was saying, and this is where it's like, I see the where you're coming from, but the results are different. Yes, I did, Mango. Yes, I did, and please don't pervert it with that. I had great memories of that as a kid, so please don't do that. Do not do that. Helmet says the proof that using AI for comic books is peak retarded is Richard Cookmeyer and his comic book, The Comic Book. Did he use AI for that? I don't know if he. I have not been following him, so I know that he was making a book called The Comic Book, which is, I don't know, but did he put AI in that? I don't know. So copying your heroes is good in the early stages of learning. It is, but again, you got to get to the point where you're adapting it to your own style, and a lot of these guys don't do that. They don't. They like, for example, I try to emulate Bruce Timm. That's what got me really into the arts was, Batman the Animated Series and how Bruce Timm drew his characters in a minimalistic yet very complex in a stylistic way. And I try to emulate him, Whether or not you think I did a good job, that's for you guys to interpret. But I tried, But that was my inspiration, and I wanted to adapt it in my own little way. So, but yeah, the argument has more or less been just AI and Photoshop are the same, and it's really not. So I'm slightly confused at his argument. I guess ultimately both of them are digital tools, and if you feel threatened by AI, then you shouldn't be complaining if you use digital tools to draw. I don't know. I don't know. Woodrow says, "Hail to the driving home chat. Hail to the chat driving home. I'm sorry. Drive home safe, Woodrow. Drive home safe. Appreciate you hanging around. So, I don't mind AI as long as they say it is AI art. Let me stop right there for a second. Don't call it art. Call it an image, AI image. Because to me, art is something that is created organically. If a machine is creating it, it's not art. It's just an image. It's a manufactured image. So I would not even call it art. Also, as long as they don't call themselves an artist on the same level as writers and drawing artists. That was my issue with Shadversity. If you guys remember last year, I did a stream on Shadversity where he took his drawn image, put it through an AI prompt, and just altered it using AI. And then that AI image became what he called his art piece. And it wasn't because the AI created that. He didn't create it. But he claimed because it came from a source he drew that he could take credit as the artist. And I'm like, no, it's not the same. That's like a film director, taking credit for the cinematography. Like he can take credit for choosing the camera guy, but the cinematography is credit the camera guy. So it's that same analogy, and I don't think that that works. And that's my issue with people that do AI when they call themselves artists. It's like, you're not an artist, pal. Don't call yourself that, because that's what I'm like. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Oh, so Shifter is one of my first abusers. He says, I think I'm going to put a last month book into my home copy of AI and get it to make me a book. So Shifter, believe it or not, so check this out. So I actually put some of my art on AI, and it comes out all kinds of fucked up. It really does. So I'm one of those artists that you can't emulate my style because it's kind of its own thing. And I think AI is confused with my artwork. And before anybody says, I know a lot of these are going to be like, go, so is the rest of the space. Listen, we're talking machine. Don't go there with me. I'm already on to you. According to the courts, this is interesting. So according to the courts in the USA, AI art cannot be copyrighted unless there is 40% human involvement. See, even the courts are making a stance on whether or not AI can be considered art. And that's their threshold, is 40% human or 30% organic. We'll say organic, 40% organic. So that's interesting. It really is. Learning to draw is fun. Why would you deprive yourself of the journey? That's what I'm saying. Listen, I've been on my journey. People that have been in this space and seen me with what I did with Street Champion Road Warrior Drake and then getting to be Citizen Road Warrior Drake, they got to see the journey of my growth as an artist. For those that didn't like the art in the first book, some of them converted with the second book. And many more will convert as I do a couple of floppies and then get to the third book in the epic saga of Road Warrior Drake. So, okay. Showcase this tweet in your DMs about AI. Let's see. I don't see nothing. You didn't send me nothing. Unless you send it to me on Discord. I know. I don't got a DM from you. I don't got a DM, so let me see. Am I checking Discord right now? So oh wait, here we go. Okay, no, I see a Discord DM. Let's see here. Okay. Let me make sure my DMs are not open, because X will do that. Okay, looks like I'm good. So
Humble proceed.
24-year-old man was scolded in New York courtroom after using an AI lawyer for his case without telling the judges. Okay, I mean, this is not.
May it please the court. I come here today a humble proceed
All right.
before a panel of 5 distinguished justices.
Is this, hold on. Is that counsel for the case?
I generated that.
I'm sorry?
I generated that.
This
That
full
is
generated AI is a
not a
lawyer.
real person.
Okay, it would have been nice to know that when you made your application. You did not tell me that, sir. I received the application.
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
And you
I would
have
throw him in jail
appeared
just for
before
that.
this court and been able to testify verbally.
See, the problem is now you got this judge, and you know she's gonna give the only lecture of his life, and that's on him. I can tell from that voice that I would not want to be lectured 5 seconds from this person.
In the past, you have gone to my clerk's office and held verbal conversations with our staff for over 30 minutes.
Wow.
Okay? I don't appreciate being misled.
So there you go. So this is this guy thought he could get over the how did he do that? How do you get an AI lawyer and think you can get away with that? Like that's peak specialness. I don't get that. I don't get that. That's I got it, Prime. I got it. Yes. Ooh, yeah, no, that is definitely Rocket's lawyer right there. That is totally Rocket lawyer. Totally Rocket lawyer, right? If Rocket lawyer was an image, that's it right there. 100%. 100%. Is it when you pissed off the judge? I didn't piss nobody off. That's a lie. You can't confirm it. There you go. But yeah, that was an interesting thread when I read it earlier. From Ducks and April. And look, the guy can draw, so I'm not saying not to listen to what he's saying, but I'm just confused by whether or not it was I'm not that the take wasn't it's just I was personally confused by that take myself. And there are people that are gonna compare, AI generated prompts to drawing on Photoshop, and I don't think it's a fair comparison at all. I don't find it to be a fair comparison. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me at all. So I'm just not feeling that comparison. But people that are complaining about the AI, artists that are complaining about it, yeah, they gotta just adapt. I'm looking at some of the tweets on his thread here. Do you need to? Okay, here we go. All right. So here's another take. This is from the same thread too. This is another take. And I think this is where people start to really make their sound cases here. This person says, digital aid. Did you mill the wood and produce your own paper? Did you source the dyes and the wax and create your own pigmented tools? Did you use a reference photo of an eye? Do you need the aid of your glasses to see? Can you draw a human face? Can you do it without copying anything? What are you trying to say? Digital art is the reproduction of traditional mediums. You choose a color, you put it where you want it. What digital aid creates art for me. It's like criticizing an artist for employing a ruler for perspective. It's just tools. Tools don't do the art for you. See, that's it right there. That's my take. That right there is my take. That's it right there. It's Photoshop is just a tool. It can't do anything unless you pick up either pen or the mouse and you just start creating with your mind, coordinating with your hand. It's the same thing. That's where I stand. That's my take right there for sure. AI talk, artist jobs, no, lawyer jobs, who cares? Ha 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 ha. Right? Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying it's not smart when you make the judge angry. Oh, it's never a good idea. Always never get emotional in court at all. Don't ever get emotional in court. Don't be that guy. Don't be a Patrick Tomlinson. Okay? Don't be that guy. When you stand before a judge, just bite your tongue every time. I had an AI lawyer, but he got arrested for possession of cocaine and was busted having sex with oh no. Stolen Thoughts had a lot of good strips about AI, including that one with the Terminator, which I'll show someday, but you probably know what I'm talking about. People complaining about AI is like when people with horses complaining about the rise of automobiles. I guess it really is a generational thing, isn't it? It really is a generational thing. So, but I think totally dismissing it is not a good thing because it will put you out of the running. There's a way that it can be implemented, not in place of your art, but as a means for the art, whether it's as reference, whether it's as a promotional material. I think in those cases, yeah, AI can and should be used. But as far as your actual product, no, it should be through your own hands, from your mind to your hands. Bloody average. Oh, so you joined your stream hand and you saw an advert for AI. Look at that. The algorithm. I'm working for the algorithm, or is it the other way around? I don't know. You ever train a horse to ride it or taking care of it? This is for Prime. Item Prime. You have a question from Akuma. I know you added to Milton, but you really meant this for Prime. You ever trained a horse to ride it or taking care of one? What does that have to do with drawing? No, what does that have to do with drawing? That is totally a weird take. Well, it's not weird. Well, it is weird, but not in the context of this. It's very weird. So, but yeah, so this conversation is going to continue. It's going to really be divisive, and there are people that are really they just hate it. They hate the AI. I hate AI in the fact that it is supplementing organic art, and it shouldn't supplement. Like, one thing about YouTube thumbnails, I absolutely hate the AI in YouTube thumbnails. It looks very it's tonally bland. I think I make sense with YouTube AI thumbnails are tonally bland. You know, I feel like if you're gonna do that, add something to that thumbnail to give it some oomph. I feel like as it stands, it's just I'll see a thumbnail with an AI image, and I'm like, yeah, it's funny, it's funny, but it really doesn't catch me like, say, a Common America image. Like, you see how Common America is drawn? I know we're going to bring things in full circle. Look at how Common America is drawn, right? Look at how it's drawn, and it's vibrant. Colors are vibrant. The line art's vibrant. It's catchy. I guarantee you, if you try to generate that in AI, it may create something realistic, but it won't be dynamic. It won't be fun to look at. I can't play his intro because I switched over from StreamYards, and I didn't get a chance to upload that intro, so I don't have it on my computer. I mean, I can retrieve it, but I don't have it on the Talk Studio. I'm a musician, and I have no problem with AI music. It all sucks and sounds the same, just like AR all looks the same. Yeah, honestly, AI music is just a quick means to produce something, but in no way is it going to replace live singing, because you can tell that it's not as organic and therefore not as dynamic to listen to. There is a beauty of actual music performed by actual people. So AI can't replicate that. They can create the sounds or replicate the sounds all they want, but there's still that little percentage of organic rawness that they can't replicate. Last one, was the rocked up version of Daddy G Can featured in your documentary performed by a real band or AI? You hypocritical POS. What are you, Kirby? Are you Kirby? Dare you? How dare you call me a POS? I'm a POC. KSS. I'm a POC. You know what I'm saying? POC. Anyway, God says, I don't really have an issue with AI being used for jokes, comedy, because it's been obvious when it's AI in the case. But people using it to replace real art bothers me a lot. That's where I'm at. I'm in that camp. So if you're using it to replace art, then I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not with that at all. 100% not at all. Let's see. Let's go down. Okay. So, yeah, but I think pretty much that's where I mostly stand with the AI stuff, with Tenaple's take on that. And I can see from the comments in the chat, I can see you guys have a strong opinion, and that's fine. Perfectly fine. Now, this next thing, I've been on the fence on whether or not I wanted to talk about it, but this is not in any way, shape, or form a drama thing. I'm not doing that. I'm just here to make a point. If I can find it. I thought I bookmarked it. Let's see. Yeah, I just wanted to make a point on something. I thought I bookmarked it. No, I didn't bookmark it. So that's kind of silly. I thought I did. Let me scroll down more. But we all know how good Common America is doing, right? Like, there's no doubt on how well it's doing. Right? There's no doubt about it. And shout out to Doug Ernst and Tim Lim. They're doing pretty well with getting those books and getting those cons and getting those crossovers with Street Fighter. Right? They're doing it. You're getting shit done. But lately there's been if I can find it, let me see, where is it? So I saw this on Twitter by one of the CG kings, well, quote unquote kings. And I think did he take it down? I think he took it down. No, maybe not. I gotta go up a bit. I thought I had bookmarked it. Oh, he posted another. Let's see. Yeah, he I think he's trying to like farm it, but I just want to at the very least point this out for other creators on what not to do. So yeah, he's really I'm looking at his Twitter right now. I am talking about Vasilis Solos, and he's really going hard on the Common America stuff. It's not just one tweet. It's actually a couple of tweets. But I just want to highlight the one he did, because again, I'm doing a point with this. There's a point that I want to make with this. Scroll down. I can't believe I had to scroll down this far. But yeah, he's going hard on Common America. But as a creator, here we go. Okay, this is it right here. There we go. Okay. See, as a creator, here's the thing. There is a thing called humility in this space. It does exist. And a lot of shoppers, a lot of buyers and consumers, they do look for that. They understand that creators and artists have egos. No, we're not ignorant to that. We do have egos, one form or another. But curbing that ego is good when you want to get people to buy your book. And you also want to respect overlap. What I mean by overlap is, I'll give you an example. I'll use me as an example. So a couple of my fans are fans of Liam Gray. And I had a couple of them at a con come up to me, and they said that to me. They said they bought my book, and they were talking about how they're fans of Liam, and they hang out in the chat. And I was like, hey, listen, I don't care if you listen to Liam. It's fine. If you like Liam Gray, that's great. I don't want to shame you for that. You know, like, I may criticize Liam, but I'm not going to shame anybody if I want to be a fan of his. If you buy his books, great. If Liam Gray's books make you happy, great. And a lot of people who bought his books have said that they're good. So whatever you think of his behavior and his actions, the books that does come out, they are quality in one form or another. So if you like his books, I hope you like mine. And that is my stance on that. And I learned from one of our local people, like Fiona Wolf, because she's big on this, overlap. A lot of creators don't understand overlap. And it's important, because overlap is how you build your business. It's how you grow your business. Overlap. Whether it's overlapping a different genre. Like, for example, I try to overlap with kaijus, like Godzilla. And I've told people how Road Warrior Drake's face was modeled after the 1962 King Kong. And that, to me, is one form of overlap. Or overlap with other comic creators, you know, and getting some of that audience and bringing them into your fold. And that is a lost art. So, but if you make a certain amount of money and you're punching up on a creator that is doing six figures, it's not a good look. It really isn't. Like, the better look is to, say something good about that person. And if you don't think they're good, that's fine. And maybe you shouldn't say anything, but you gotta build what you like. You gotta show what you like. People gotta see what you like, because they gotta see what you're influenced by. And then that's where the overlap comes in, because if they like what you like, guess what? They probably didn't know what you made, but now they will. Now they'll look into your work, and they're gonna say, hey, he does something pretty fun. I'll look into it. That really, Akuma, that's a lot. Nobody's a fan of Lee. No, he's got some fans. Listen, he's got some fans that like his books, and some of them are my fans. And I'm going to respect that. I'm going to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this: since I did the documentary on Comicsgate, and I'm pretty much now person non grata with a lot of those people. My thing is this: the idea for me to shine a light on what they're doing is not to start a fight with anybody. It's not to just let me put my camera on for this. It's not to start a fight with anybody. It's not to get into this like back and forth with these rivalries and all this other gay shit. It's not for that. It's first of all, for my own personal growth, number one, and to encourage others in the space to grow a certain way so that they're not making mistakes that's going to hurt their business. It's to learn from our actions and our activities and to learn how to be not just a better creator, but a better person. And I'm not saying to kiss anybody's ass. I'm not saying to, brown nose anybody or to put on a fake performance that you're the nicest person in the world. Far from it. It's basically called being professional. Kindness and professionalism are the two key words that I threw quite often in the Comicsgate documentary that I did when the culture war hits those pretty pictures. And I said, after I did that documentary, I said, I'm going to stand by that. And that means if I see something in the space that's not cool, I'll shine a light on it, but not to go at a person. It's just to highlight what not to do. I think, to me, when you're making a comic or a book, if you're going to spend part of the day fighting with fans of another comic book or a franchise, you basically just cut yourself at the knees. And I don't think people have understood that lesson. We've been in the space. Some of us have been here for quite a while. I've been here since 2018, so August of 2018. So 6+ years for me, I've been here. And I've learned enough to know that arguing with other creators, you're going to lose those fans. Now, in some cases, they probably wouldn't have liked your stuff anyway because there's no overlap. But if there's a chance for overlap, why say anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, why say anything? And that's the key, is why. I'm not saying you shouldn't. The question is why. In some cases, you may have to. If there's any kind of issues regarding ethics or morality, then yes, speak up. Absolutely speak up. So, yeah. I'm reading from the chat. Yeah, he's trying to get views, and again, I'm not trying to add to that. I'm just using this as an example on what not to do, on how to build your business, because it may work for 1 or 2 people in the higher ups because they can afford it, but for guys in our sphere or the guys that are getting 4,000 or 14,000, it's not going to work in the long run. It's not going to definitely not going to work in the long run. Let's see, scroll down. Just checking the chat right now. Shout out to the 39 people watching. I appreciate that. Shout out to people on BitChute and Rumble who are watching as well. Give you guys a shout out. Older, you seem to be growing. You might as well start. What do you mean? This is okay. This is the visage of the screen that's doing this to me. It's called distortion. It's probably the camera too. So, Andrew Owens is in the chat. How you doing, Andrew? What's going on? You're one of the CG Church guys, right? I think I saw you in the CG Church group. Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the chat. Appreciate you being here. He says, I thought your documentary was very objective. You showed the good and the bad side of CG. So listen, Andrew, okay, so you're the perfect guy to talk to. The reason why, and people ask this question, why did I put, let me take this tab off. Why did I put my Road Warrior Drake stuff in the documentary? People thought I was doing it to shill. That's not really why I did it. I did it because, number one, they're going to ask, who's this guy telling the story? Who's the guy narrating this? So I'm answering that question proactively. I'm answering it before they ask it. Who's the guy? He was a creator who jumped in at this time during the timeline of CG, and this is what he did during the time. And I show people what I invested in, my time, my talents, everything. How I got involved in promotion, the relationships I'd formed with other creators and the fans and so forth. So if you're asking me in general, my experience at Comicsgate, in general, it was positive, my experiences. But that positivity was overshadowed by a looming cloud that would have affected my own experience because it was diminishing our space. I was seeing fellow creators leaving. And when they left, so did their customers, so did their fans. And that shrunk things even more. And it got to a point where it was hurting me down because Now I'm reaching out to a smaller group where there would have been overlap. Again, the word overlap. There would have been overlap there. So it was hurting me. I'm seeing people that I was cool with, they're leaving, and then we stopped talking. So that was like, oh, well, that sucks. I was seeing growth. When I came in, the harshness of the criticism that I got from my work, it was harsh, but you know what I didn't do? I didn't go on live streams and bitch about it. I didn't say they were wrong because I understood the optics of it. There is optics of a creator getting upset. And that's why I understood the early criticism of Eric July when he was given whatever he was given criticism-wise for ISO 1 and 2. It's not a good look for creators to go and address every criticism that they don't like. Unfortunately, we have to be quiet about it. And I think Todd McFarlane said it best. Todd McFarlane said, I put a product out. If you like it, fine, but I already made it. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter because I already made it. And it's his way of saying, your opinion isn't going to phase what I do. The money will phase it, but not your opinion of it because it's already out there. And I thought that was pretty sound take because A, it diminishes the need for a parasocial relationship. As my son makes a loud noise over there. So it diminishes the need for a parasocial relationship. We become more like the mangaka, who they put their work out and they don't engage the community. They just let the work speak for themselves. And I think the parasocial side of it is hurt the space a lot. It may have helped it, but I think it hurt it more in the long run. So I put myself in that documentary to show that I'm not saying it was all bad. I got a lot out of CG. I got a lot of good relationships. I learned a lot as an artist, as a creator. I learned from my mistakes, from other people's mistakes. So I'm not here to say, hey, this was all bad. No, there was good in this, but the bad was overshadowed the good, and the bad eventually killed what was a movement and became a brand. And that's I told that story in the documentary, and you saw the receipt, you saw what I showed. But I'm not here to tell anybody what to think. I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I understand that when people see the documentary, they're going to have their opinions, they're going to have their perspectives. It is not for me to join in that conversation. When a couple people are talking about that documentary and they're having their conversation or disagreement or whatever, it isn't for me to get in the middle and say who's right or who's wrong. I'm just going to let it happen. Like, if y'all get into a conversation or debate about what was in that doc, I'm going to sit back and just let it happen. I'm going to just listen and hear what people are expressing and just let it be. Because if I get involved, I'm taking away from that documentary's presence. That doc is my final word. I'm just standing back now and letting everybody else have that conversation. So that's where I stand with that. Last guy's here to chew gum and kick ass, and he's all out of bubble gum. They Live, great movie. Yes, I gotta see that movie again. So let's see. What's going on? I'm skipping some chats. I'm behind. Not that behind, but I am behind. I'm lucky I never wanted to be a businessman. I like memeing too much. Let me tell you something, Woodrow. The business side of this thing sucks. I mean, it's great when you're making money, but the steps to get to that, it can. If I had hair, I'd pull it. I'd be like, I'd pull it. So I'm like, ugh. So I get it. Trust me, I understand. I deal with all kinds of aspects of business with my art, and it's nerve-wracking. And I get why people with money hire people to do that for them. It's one less stress. But I got to do it on my end. And, like Kara says, we're not... okay, you don't have to watch. You don't have to watch. You don't have to watch. But guess what, Carol? You don't speak for anybody else. You don't speak for anybody else. So you can say where you're at. But it's my turn to sit in the front of the bus. I am sitting in front of the bus now. My turn. Me. Mine. So. Oh, Ayrton's getting married. Oh, is that why Ayrton's not in the space no more? Good for him. Because if he's getting married, get the hell out of the space. So I'm for it. There you go. Mango says BitChute, that still exists. So BitChute, okay. So all the people that live in the UK, so BitChute just put out a notice saying that all the UK users will be restricted from using BitChute because of some law that got passed. What's that law? Let me see. I saw that and I was like, oh crap, that kind of sucks for the people in the UK. Let's see, what is that law called? I'm checking the let's see, where is it? It was passed in 2023, and I think it enacted just this year. So it was the UK Online Safety Act of 2023. So BitChute took that law became effective this year for BitChute, and as a result, all of their UK users are now restricted from using the platform, meaning they can't post videos, they can't watch videos. So yeah, that's why people like Mango probably are saying that, because BitChute is now non grata in the UK. So censorship is completely now the law in the UK, 100%. Akuma says the camera adds 10 pounds. What about the other 20? Fuck you, fuck you. That's what I think. Oh, Michael Bancroft's in the chat. I shouldn't have said fuck you because now Michael's in the chat. Bancroft's in the chat, so I gotta be over-refined and professional. Gotta use the big words. Gotta speak slower, more restrained and calm than normal. He says, all I know is that no one is better than anyone else, and everyone's the best at everything. That is probably the safest take anyone could have. So shout out to Bancroft for that, because I couldn't have worded it better myself. So scroll down more. I'm behind 160 plus chats. So yeah, so you guys are active. So shout out to the chat for this conversation that we're having. It's been a good conversation. Matt Barr's in the chat. He says, yo, sup chat, Matt Barr. Welcome to the chat. So I had Lord Raptor stream on last night for 5 minutes because I had to go to bed early. Because I had to get up early to go to New York to pick up my son, take him to an appointment, and then bring him to PA. So between me going to sleep and then getting up, I got to rewind to Lord Raptor's stream and got to see the basically segment. Holy mackerel. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go check out Lord Raptor Jesus' stream from last night. And I guess Malin and the Jack Show had on this guy, Chris Williams, and it was a basically marathon. The first like 20 or 30 minutes of him watching Lord Raptor watching that was like maddening, because I'm like, this is slow and this is annoying and this is ingratiating. But then as you get to the final 30 minutes, it's like, oh crap, this is really happening. Like, it's wild. So just check it out. You guys got to check it out. And then Matt Barr streamed this morning, and he was watching the Lord Raptor stream from last night, and Raptor was on. So there you go. So see, it all comes in full circle. Full circle. So the latest shout out into this 34 watching. Now I got 36 watching and only 18 likes. Hit the like button. Get me off the shadow ban. And feel free to send me a super chat, because it's been awesome now. It's been a good experience so far. Let's see here. Scroll down more. I'm not reading that one. I'm not reading that one. Definitely not reading that one. Tim Mo says, Todd Father speaketh wisdom. I'll read that one. Yeah, people like Topic Farm, like, you may not like the guy, but the guy made money for a reason, and maybe you should listen to what he says, and you'll understand why this space is full of this space is puritanism, because emotion takes the best of these men here. It does. Adam Sandler is the GOAT of hailing criticism and moving on to crush everyone else. I guess be like Adam Sandler, right? Be like Adam Sandler. So Andrew says, when Mike Partiga reviewed my King of Justice comic, I posted in the comments thanking him for the review and argue a fight with him. That's it. That's all you got to do. So learn from it. Like, he could say 80% of something you don't like, but if the 20% is helpful, take it. Go to the next product. See, the books that we're making is product. See, this is product, right? This is product, right? So if somebody gets it and they read it, they trash it, I already made it. So there's nothing I can do. I already made it. I can't worry about what someone thinks. It's been made. I got to move forward. I can see what works and then apply it to the next product. But, I can't get worked up over, why don't you like it? I made it. It's already made. The hard part was already done. Now it's out in the community, and people get to say what they want to say about it. Especially if they paid for it, they can say whatever they want. It's not for me to just be like, oh, if you don't like it, then what's the problem? They didn't like it. They paid for it. They can say whatever they didn't like it. Move forward. It's healthy that way. And we got too wrapped up in our emotions to expect people, every single person that reads it, to like it. It doesn't work that way. And look, I've gotten the critiques for my book. If Eric July or Ethan Van Skyver think they had it bad, walk in my shoes. Okay, I got my shit got called worse than the combined effort of both of y'all, and yet I didn't live stream about it. I didn't make us think about it. I just put it out there, kept it moving, learning. I learned from the critiques, kept it moving. It's all you can do. It's really all you can do. The number of creators mad about the iconic Rippaverse relationship, not crying about it, join in. Join in. Listen, the fans like it. And between the both companies, they got a big growing fan base. Join in on it. Why not? This is supposed to be entertainment. It's not supposed to be blood sports. Like the thing of going to a live stream and you're constantly mad or angry and you come away from it very mad and angry. It's like, I don't feel good. Like I'll go to back in the days, like during the Oz days, like when there's creators are on screaming at each other, fighting and calling each other all kinds of names, and then the chat's going wild because fans on both sides are like going back and forth with each other, and you're like in a state of anger. You're like in a state of like this need for righteous indignation. And you're not feeling good. You're wasting negative energy. You're feeling very deflated because you spent all that energy hating someone that you never met in real life or getting angry at something that is really a first world problem. It's a first world problem. You get angry about it. So that's not inspiring. That doesn't promote the desire to buy a comic book, to buy, a floppy, a graphic novel. I'm supposed to be telling the story. I'm supposed to get you to want to buy these books. I'm supposed to inspire you to take out your wallet and buy for me. How is me inspiring you to be angry a cause to get you to buy my book? It doesn't work. Entertaining the chat works. Entertaining the audience works. Making them feel good about themselves works. That's the key. Make them feel good about themselves. Even if they don't like you. Listen, I have no dog in anyone's fight anymore. I made that clear in the last Q&A stream. I said, I don't care who's beefing with who. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. That's it. Like I want to be in a position where I can talk to anybody, learn from them. They can learn from me. And even if they don't learn nothing from me, it's fine. It's cool. I mean, I had no emotional investment in you agreeing with me, but if we can at least talk whatever and we depart and the chat feels good about our conversation, hey, I'm all for it. I don't care what side of the aisle you on. But at the same time, I'm not going to just bullshit and say that ain't fucked up what happened or this wasn't cool, But my job isn't to put on a live stream and say to people, you should be mad about this. You should be demanding this and that. No, because if I'm putting you in a state of anger, I am betraying what I'm supposed to be doing as a creator, which is inspiring you to want to buy something because you like it, you appreciate it, you appreciate the art, or you appreciate the entertainment factor of it. That's it. That's what it's all about. That's why the mangaka are successful, because that's what they do. They inspire their fans to buy their books because they like the books, they like the art. It inspires them. That is a skill that is missing in this space, and it's reflective in the numbers. Because you go to a live stream, and they will hold that what do you call it? They'll hold the crowdfunder, raising money for that book, and it's talking about other creators and how much they hate them and mocking them and all that shit. It's like none of that is inspiring anybody to buy that book they're supposed to be promoting. You guys in the chat, you guys are saying some awful things about me in the chat. This is about me right now. Stop being abusive in the chat. Totally abusive. See, all I see is JD Kirby saying that Carol's right. That's cause to ban him. I want JD Kirby banned for life. Please don't ban him. I'm just being kayfabe. No, don't ban. You people making me have to break kayfabe. Don't make me break kayfabe. I don't appreciate it. I'm not breaking kayfabe. People in the UK are subjects. They're used to it, says Kirby. Yeah, I think it's a test run for us. Aljamo says, certain creators should just work on their books and not do drama. Shifter, just saying. There was like a conversation between him and Shifter, so I'll get to that point in a second, but I want to be Bancroft. In your documentary, you said Riley pronounced your name correctly, but he said Alazamat. Now I don't know what to think. So I've had people call me Alzamat, which is wrong. I have people call me Alismat. That's wrong. I have someone call me Alzamat. That's terribly wrong. So I'll accept Alazamat because that's as close to accurate as possible. So that's why I'm like, okay, at least he kind of got it. So I'll give it to him. So I'm good with that. But yeah, to address Algemo's comment here, if your drama streams are getting in the way of getting your books on time, you shouldn't be doing it. Pick one and stick to it. That's what I think. That's what I think. Let's see here. Scroll down more. Yeah, I'm behind by 180 chats, so I'm gonna scroll as quick as possible. Oh, this is my lady, Georgina Floyd, my fellow Pac. She goes, she. I think I came just reading that, Georgina. You inspired that so much in me. So, scroll down more. Let's see here. Okay. Man, who am I kidding? Maybe late book artists like paying high tariffs. That's going to hit them hard. It's going to hit a lot of creators hard, those tariffs. And they're going to have to make a decision. And especially with the mid-tier creators, by mid-tier, I mean financially mid-tier, not quality, but financially, they're going to either have to do their homework and find a local printer to do business with, or they're going to drop out. And we're going to see a lot of that. But I'm proactive. Basically, I'm being proactively basic. So, no, that's not what I meant. Damn it, I highlighted the wrong chat. That's what inspired me to say that. Just basically, damn it. That Chris Williams segment was almost unwatchable. Yeah, go check out that Lord Raptor Jesus stream last night, and you'll see what this is about. But it definitely needed to be EFAP'd. I'll say that. Like, I couldn't watch it alone without it. But then again, I don't watch the Jack Show. I've never watched the Jack Show. I just found the Jack Show virtually unwatchable as it is. So it's not just one guy. It's just that show as it's formatted with the people, with the panelists. It's just unwatchable. I can't do it. So scroll down more. I need to stream on D Live. Is D Live still a thing? I haven't heard from D Live since 2020 when War Campaign had their show on there. So I don't know. I didn't even know if that's still a thing. So let's see. Oh, I'm behind 200 chats. Okay, I gotta rescore now. Okay, here we go. We got a chat, super chat from Michael Deach. Thank you, Michael, for $5. He says, "I support diversity in the arts." Yes, true diversity is diversity of style, diversity of story, diversity of ideas. That's real diversity in the arts. So thank you for those $5, and I stick to it. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Candace says, "Last is the Be Citizen Road Warrior Drake campaign still open?" Yes, that's what that link is for. Road Warrior Drake. Oh wait, I gotta put the overlay on to show the link. So yeah, so let me go ahead. Okay, I went all the way down to the chat. Let me go back up. That I highlighted. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, there it is. RoadWarriorDrake.com. And that'll take you to the Find My Comic page, and you can back Street Champion Road Warrior Drake and Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake, and you can still get Pumpkin War Patch #1 on there too. So, and this is the first issue of Pumpkin War Patch. There's gonna be one more of these this year, and I'll probably do 2 of these every year to put out there, along with a floppy for Road Warrior Drake, as well as a coloring book. I'm probably gonna do a coloring book later this year for Road Warrior Drake to have 2 coloring books in my library to get more access to kids for the Road Warrior Drake stuff, because the graphic novels are kind of PG-13, close to R in the violence department, and I toned down the swearing for Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake so that 10-year-olds can read it and not get it won't be terrible for them to read. But many of the books are kind of like PG-13, so I want to do coloring books so they have more children gain access to the character and start building that fan base so that they grow up with the character, and then I'll have more legacy with Drake that way. So. Scroll out more. I see Angela Curry's in the chat. How's it doing, Angela? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here, Angela. It's awesome. So, more sumo stuff. Let's see. Scroll down to the chat. I'm not hating nobody, JD. I love people, but when you hate me and you marginalize me and you turn your spears at me to try to chuck them at me, that's why I have to push back. So you need to reassess and redefine what I'm doing, because I am the one that's in need of retribution. So you need to get in line. Kirby Curvis, now that your book is finished, will we see you draw on these streams? Or will it be drama coverage like the trend is in the... Okay, no drama stuff. So I made it clear on that. The only time I will ever get to drama stuff is if I have to EFAP something that's related to me, where I have to correct the record on some things. But I'm not engaging in any rivalries, any back and forth. I'm not doing that. When I did my indie comic outlet streams on Thursdays, and by the way, the last one did some great numbers. Shout out to the people that came for that stream. The one on Narwhal, Per Berg now, as he's going by his real name. But we had a good turnout for that stream, and people showed up, and we had a conversation, and like that to me is the kind of streams I like to do. I like to showcase art. I like to get people inspired by what influenced me as a creator, and show them like, why does Road Warrior Drake exist? Like, what is the purpose of the book, and what was the point of going with this particular style of art? And then when I show them some of the creators of yesteryear that had like the that style of art, then they make sense. They begin to understand what I'm doing. So I'm just going to the YouTube app here so I can make sure that when I have the camera on, there's no lagging. So far there doesn't seem to be any lagging, so that's good. But that's why. So no drama streams. I have no time, patience, or inspiration for that. So I'd rather not. You're not beefing with me, Jabba. I'm just pointing you out because you think you're hilarious. You think you're witty. You're not. You're not witty. With your alas May. You're not. Shove your alas May. I gotta scroll on more. Let me go more. Yeah, I'm really behind, so I'm catching up. Okay, I'm getting to the part where you guys are making fun of my name because I told people how my name was normally said, but let's see here. John says, get your ass, nigga. Get those dogs out here. I want to fight. Good. I'm glad. Good. Do it. I want to see it. Do it. 200% Chinese subs. Can we hit it? 200%? I don't know. China's kind of, after the 150, China hasn't responded. So I think 150 might be where we're at. I think that's where we're going to be at with the China. The 150. So I think it won't go higher than that. And I think that cooler heads will prevail. And they may come to the table and say, hey, we're going to agree to this. And then everything will be fine and dandy. So let's see what happens. That's right. I am your POC friend. I'm your hookup. So absolutely, totally utilize my ways because I'm here for that. And there is a link to Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. If you think the roadwarriordrake.com is too simple, there's the fuller URL to back copies of the book. So go for it. And the book's in the shop right now. So if we back it, I'll just call my guy and say, hey, can you print another copy of the book? And there you go. So you'll get it very quick now. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of having somebody in the locally do your books for you. Jabba the Cook with 2 pounds. He says, "Why do your gay ass dogs smell each other's butts?" What does that have to do with the conversation? What does that have to do with the conversation? I mean, thank you for the 2 pounds. Don't get me wrong, but still, what does that have to do with the conversation? Leave my happiness dogs alone. They are sentient beings that deserve to live. Stop it. Just stop it. Carbon dioxide, I believe me, he's a character that is begging for an action figure. Trust me on this. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I'm trust and believe. Let's just say I've had conversations with people in the past about it, so I am minded on that. I just gotta find the right person that I can do that with. Like they can do the action figure and we can do some kind of like crowdfunding, whatever, and we can make it happen. So guy in the dream. Unnecessary. That was totally unnecessary. Let's see more. I'm catching up in the chat. We got Mike Wheeler. He says, I heard Road Warrior Drake got deported by ICE. Any comment? No comment, because that's fake news, and I will not respond to fake news. He is a citizen. That's why he's called the Beast Citizen. And speaking of which, B Citizen Road Roy Drake in the printers now. I be getting a proof copy in a few days, and I will show you guys the proof copy. And I can't wait. Actually, my printer set guy said he can't wait to print it. He looked at the PDF and he's like, I can't wait to see how this is going to look. So he's excited as I am. Totally excited as I am. Let's see here. I don't look at that. I'm caught up. I'm caught up in the chat. I am caught up in the chat. So I had to skip a few, but it's cool. I'm caught up in the chat. Angela Curry, I like the sound of a last mate because he's like your pal. Oh, she's talking to Lady Shadowman, right? So let's see here. I think that's why you said that. So, but yeah, I think that's what she's talking about. So, right. Alas, gay, is that better? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. And you should be ashamed of yourself for that. You're a blight on this community. I call you Dollar Story American History X for a reason. There's a reason why. You're a divider. We're not going to be divided. We are strong and united as a front. And you're not divided us, guy in the room. I don't care what Helmet says. You're not dividing us at all. At all. I think so Tim Olsen is now looking into maybe doing an action figure for Melvin. So yeah. I mean, what? Oh, we should look for local producers because things with the China things aren't even going well. No, there's a lot that I skipped, Lady Shadow. It isn't just you. There's a lot that I skipped. I had to because I'm behind, and if I keep reading every single chat, I'm gonna be doing a 5-hour stream. So I'm already an hour and 40 into this, just reading the chats. Although it's been on topic, so I'm cool with that. So, but I will do better to highlight your chats, my love. Don't worry. So let's see here. Scroll down more. Kirby says, my mentor. How old are you? Because you look like you're in your 70s. You know, Kirby, I vouched for you, spoke well of you, defended you. Now no more. You are not person non grata. Because if you think I look like I'm in my 70s, then you, sir, you go pound one. Pound it. Oh, look at Jabba looking for POC points. I'm cool with that. Oh, I'm sure you are. You think you're an honorary POC, right? You're trying to get POC points because you speak the lingo. It ain't working like that, pal. We got the receipts. We see how you are with us POCs. You ain't gonna get far in this community. We got your number. I like them apples. I bet you do, right? You like them apples, right? Good. I'm glad. I'm absolutely glad. Wait, what? I'm sound like male. Hold on. No. Hold on a second. I need a beanie. I don't have a beanie. If I get a beanie, I gotta cover my eyebrows with it, right? I'll look even older with it. Oh shit. Oh damn, no. I'm just putting my hands over my head. I look like my 70s with this. Yeah, no. No hat, no beanies. I look younger. I'm gonna stick to that rule because that is not. People are receptive to how you present yourself when they want to buy something from you. If you're there looking all miserable, not inspired by your work, you're not going to inspire people to want to buy from you. So no beanies for me. None for me. I'm totally cool with that. So I'm 46. Yes, I'll be 47 in a couple months. Okay, so I'm in my 40s still. I haven't reached 50 yet. I'm still in my 40s. So how you like them apples? How you like them apples? So there you go. Still there. Oh man, you know what I don't have is a thing of water, and my throat is scratchy, so that's on me because I should have got myself a can of something before I started streaming. But I was doing a lot of things before I hit the go live button, so I was like, you know what, got to get to the computer and go live because I do pride myself on going live on time. So if I have to go late, I change the timer so people know I'm going to be streaming at that time. That way, they're not thinking that I'm not streaming. So yeah. This time I got a commercial in Spanish when I checked on your stream. Is this a conspiracy? I am a POC. Respect that. I'm a POC. So obviously they're gonna put POC related ads because I don't know. It's a good question. Now that I think about it, like, because if I'm on super chats, POCs are gonna pay me super chats. They're poor, so it would have to be to the the fellow whites, and they got the money, and they're not going to understand an ad in Spanish. So no, it's that begs the question. Now I'm confused now. So now, Henry, I'm in your side now on that one. Philip says, "Beware the curse of Mike Miller." Kirby. Mike lost another letterer. Oof, not doing good, is he? Shout out to Mike Miller. Hopefully he's getting his books done. So, but yeah, losing people on your team is not good. So, wait, what is Jabba saying? I didn't make you do nothing. Alive May. You know what? I may sound gay doing it, but I know for a fact you are gay for doing it. Alive May. That's you, Jabby. I'm gonna call you Jabby from now on. Jabby. That's your name for me now. Jabby. Won't call me Alive May. You're Jabby. Jabby. How about that? So that's your name now. It's Jabby. Hope you like it. I didn't make you do nothing. I didn't do nothing. You did it. You wanted to do it. That's your choice. You chose to do that. 100%. Let's see. I'm just checking the chat for a second. Actually, I'm gonna take a quick break, just so I can maybe I can grab a can of something, or at least a bottle of water. So let's enjoy Spider Girl making food for us. Now I am inspired to be a culinary artist. But Michael Deach for $10. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Michael says, I used to think CG could have adopted the farmer's co-op model. Pool resources, negotiate supplier group rates, etc. A loose association for business, but fell apart into conflicts and petty warlords. I had a vision for CG when I joined in 2018. Because in that stream that Yellow Flash did, he had on Tug, he had on Edwin Boyette, EBS was on there, and Mitch Breitweiser was on there. And they were talking about this model of new books, new characters, new universes. And I was already doing Road Warrior Drake. So that, to me, that was like music to my ears. And I'm like, wow, there's an actual independent comic book movie that's current. And there's room open for these new books, these new comics that you can actually now discover and explore. I was all into that. So I was like, man, I jumped in, guns a blazing, head first, and anonymity be damned. So, and there was a lot of, and I even talked about this in 2019. There was a lot of opportunities to network, create, I don't want to say parallel economy, but there was opportunities to form networks where you can expand on businesses, like forming your own print, networking with print shops, for example, or distribution services. Critical Blast now does that, so we have someone that does that in this space. But there was opportunities, and like I said, pulling from resources. And every time that there's a chance for that to happen, something just blows it up. Even example like the slums, when the CG slums started out, we were getting like 80, 90 live viewers a stream. Like we had something. We had people from various sectors of the slums coming together on that stream. It was like its own Friday Night Tights for CG. And various people on the chat showed up for that, and they were in on it. They were having fun, and everybody was getting along. And the plan for that was, discussing topics, but then balance it out where we discuss topics, but then shill our books, our products, our own made stuff, and get people inspired to want to buy it. And then shit happened, and now the slums is no more. And I honestly, I think I attribute it to the fact that, and it's not with everybody, but there is a lack of business sense where maybe we shouldn't be friends. We should just be professional with each other, courteous with each other, you know, and just do our own thing. And then when we come together, we can pull our resources together and just do something great. You know, but that didn't happen. And I can only worry about me. I'll help others as well. I will try to inspire others, but as far as like relying on a group or network, that's not in my cards right now. I had to make my own organic network, and I think other creators should as well. That's really the only way. Wait, Jabba's Jabby? You'll get struck for coof misinformation. Is that a thing? That'd be funny. That'd be funny if they did do that. That'd be freaking hilarious. Wow. Oh wait, what new picture? I didn't see nothing. Oh wait, what the? Ah, damn it! Oh, fuck my head. Oh, fudge. I hurt my head. Fucking Carol. What the fuck, Carol? Ah, fuck. Ah. Oh. What the hell did you put there? Oh, damn it. Oh, fudge. See, guys, this is why I don't want you funding her trip to North Carolina, because of that crap. That's what I'm going to face, that kind of harassment. Don't do it. For Allah's sake, don't do it. Oh, my head. Tomorrow's a jobless British, they all sound gay. Yeah, that checks out. 100% checks out. Yeah. Pass over a few chats. Curse you last, but now I'm hungry. That's for the Spider Girl. Well, make yourself something to eat or get yourself a Spider Girl. Either or. Speaking of my Spider Girl, here she is, Lady Shadowban. She says, if you think Elizabeth or did Lady Shadowban wrong, hit the... Oh, I was trying to highlight you. See, now she's against me now. Now she's joining the hate train. It's going to be a very interesting night tonight. Was that Indian street food? That's New York spider food. Gay. That's what that is. Quamix? Did you have to go there? Did you really have to? Was that necessary? Oh, is that what happened in carbon dioxide? George Soros is... Oh, that's what it was. Well, there we go. George Soros destroys another society. Look at that. When is he ever going to kick the bucket? Wait. Reach behind and grab that white toy sitting on the shelf. Are you talking about this guy right here? That's Hedwig. That's the owl from Harry Potter. This is Lady Shadowban's Hedwig. Are you saying you think that's gonna be me? Okay, you're banned. Ban Kirby right now. Get rid of him. Get him out of here. He's got AIDS. Get him out of here. Compare me to Hedwig. Petty ego trips from Insecure. Grown-ass men is what blows it up. Every time, Henry. Every time. And listen, we've seen the receipts, okay? I'm not going to say that that it was one-sided. It was from a lot of sides in CD. There was a lot of people going on streams and acting childish. So it's not fair to pin it all on EBS. I mean, he was a major factor, yes, but there were a lot of guys that were going on streams and doing the same thing. So there was a lot of learning that had to be had all around the circle. Yeah, and that's why I said that it's best for me to not take any sides in anyone's beef. That way, I'm not flying up a live stream and going after somebody that was okay with me up until a certain point. It's not healthy. I don't think it's healthy for me to do that. And it would betray my lessons that I learned post-widowhood when my wife passed away. And I took from her the lessons of how she treated people, how she talked to people, and how charitable as a person she was. And I said, if I'm going to honor her memory, I kind of have to adapt that into my own psyche, into my own person, so that she lives on through my actions and the things that I say to people and how I treat people. And I don't think going on live streams for me and starting it or engaging, I shouldn't say starting, but engaging in beats with other people is conducive to that goal. So I'd rather not do that. You know, I'm okay in my own space. I'm okay in my own spot and just doing my own thing. Listen, I'm doing my own thing. I got my books being printed. You know, I was excited when I got this on Friday, and I'm like, wow, it's euphoria. Like this book that I drew and formatted is finally a reality. It's finally a reality, you know. So let me see here. So I can't wait for people to want to see this and you know, just get feedback of it. I can't wait for it. So it's awesome. And this is not going to be the only floppy. There's going to be more floppies of Pumpkin War Patch as well as Road Warrior Drake, because the Road Warrior Drake stories that I'm doing in floppy format are like supplements that's going to take place between the books, the graphic novels. So it'll help build the world more and help add more context to the world that Road Warrior Drake is a part of. So this too, although the Pumpkin War Patch books take place in the same universe, but they don't mention Road Warrior Drake's name. They'll reference events that took place in the graphic novels, but they won't mention it by name. And that's by design, because these Pumpkin War Patch books are a bit more on the mature side. So it'll be like an older audience that would be catered to. So that way I keep the Road Warrior Drake stuff geared more towards like younger teens and above. So, or even 10-year-olds. So, because 10-year-old could read those books. It's not like he hasn't been exposed to anything that he shouldn't be exposed. But you don't inspire me, alas, mate. Well, good, American History X. You don't inspire me either. How about that? How about it's mutual? 100% mutual. How about that? Kirby, someone's victim of self-sabotage. You see, with Kirby, and we joke, but Kirby has the normie perspective on CG. And we had conversations in private about it. And it was eye-opening what he was telling me on his perspective on things. And I think a lot more people should have listened to what he was trying to say, because his reaction was the normal reaction to this insanity, to this buffoonery, you could say. So if you want to say self-sabotage, I can't disagree. I can't disagree. So yeah, I 100%. That's what I'll go with. Slytherin or Gryffindor? You know, I don't know how that works. How does that work with the picking of the houses? I believe Lady Shadowban is Gryffindor. I believe she said she was Gryffindor. So wait, no, you're not taking tally, Angela. You're on my side. You were on my side. What happened? What happened? You were on my side. You were there for me as a cheerleader, as a trusty sidekick to this insanity. Now you joined the dark side. Well, I hope you enjoyed there, because I'm not giving you a flashlight at all. And Carol's posting the link to here. Don't send Carol any PayPal money to go to the Heroes Con. I want to go to Heroes Con, North Carolina, in peace. I want to sell my books and say hi to the community. Don't send her there. I want to come back alive and in one piece. I do. No, there's nothing impressive about that, Henry. That was not impressive. That was abusive. When I say she's abusive, you saw it live. That was abuse. You witnessed it live. What the hell's wrong with you? Why do you want to see me hurt myself? Does it make you happy that I pop a vein? Is that what you want, Shifter? I thought you wanted me to sell books, but you wanted me to have cardiac arrest, right? That's what you're here for. Cardiac arrest. You're putting a spell on me. Well, that's not cool. I don't... Lady Elasme? Now you're calling her Lady Elasme? Are you serious? Why isn't he banned yet? Why isn't he... Yeah, you did flip that table on the con. I'm glad you confessed that, because I say it to people and they don't believe me, but you have it here now from her, straight from the horse's mouth. She flipped the table at me at the con. That was abuse. 100% abuse. So, totally. Let me take another drink for this, because this is why I'm drinking water, because if it was wine, I'd be plastered. I am not doing no such thing, Carol. You sabotaged. You sabotaged. That was 100% on you. You did that. You did that room. KSS says, "Alas, Matt, congratulations on getting the comic. Congratulations, enunciate. Congratulations on getting the comic. Show us the page of Drake. Oh, first of all, that panel you're talking about is in Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake, which is going to be given to me in a few days. And B, no, that didn't happen. That never happened. You freaking degenerate. That did not happen. Road Warrior Drake doesn't do those things. He's not into bestiality, especially self-bestiality. He's not into that. Self-bestiality. Carbon Dioxide for $2. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. He says, to dreams becoming reality, long live. I'm trying. Look, you pay me, so I have to read it, but I'm trying. Just bear with me, Carbon Dioxide. Just bear with me. Hold on. Okay. Long live the. Okay. I tried. Okay, I tried. I got close to it. Okay, I got close to it. I tried. So, thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. Okay, Eliza, I'd like you. You're invited to be an honorary member of my kingdom, which is called Slums 2. For those of you that don't know, KSS made his on-stream debut on Lord Raptor stream 2 nights ago. So he is officially a streamer because we got to hear him talking. Not quite what I envisioned. So not a bad thing, but it's not quite what I envisioned. But yeah, he's starting his own slums called the Slums 2. So the ending credits song, end of the documentary. Why? Why not? That was the most fitting end to that documentary. It really was. So Lorenzo's in the chat. He says, hail Elasma in the chat. Well, hail to you, Lorenzo. Welcome to this chat. Welcome to the stream. So that documentary is the best thing CG has produced. Ha ha! Isn't that funny, right? You know what's funny? I read one of the reviews of the documentary on Kiwi Farms, and one of the farmers was like, they shut on my comic, and they said that comic was just stupid. But then he said that the documentary was one of the best things he's seen, and that I was a great editor. So go figure. So maybe you're right. Maybe that documentary was the best thing Comicsgate has produced. And it's the only thing they're not promoting. So go figure, right? There right there is what do you call that? That is irony. The best thing that came out of Comicsgate is the one thing that they're not promoting. They can't promote it because it shines a light on them and they don't like it. So yes. So yeah. Totally. Drinking a live stream is great for business. This is water. This is water. So I won't get plastered. I won't get sleepy. I won't get drunk. So, but otherwise, yeah, that's a great business model. Totally. It has never resulted in anything negative. Of course not. Totally not. Let's see here. No, I've seen the first one. I've seen it with Lady Shadowband. We watched the first one together. So we just finished watching the Harry Potter series. So now we're going to get to Stranger Things, and then after that, we'll probably do the Pirates franchise. Guys, in the last few years, let me hide this for a second. In the last few years, between Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake, and my wife getting sick, I haven't really had a time to sit down and watch a lot of movies and listen to a lot of music and read a lot of books. My goal is to try to balance that so that when I make these books, or like when I'm doing work at home, or like commissions and so forth, that I can balance it out and be able to watch a movie. Like the other night, I was able to watch my Criterion Blu-ray of Godzilla vs. Biollante. So I got to sit down and watch that, and that was a great experience. Watching the 4K transfer of that movie, it was kind of surreal, but I never thought that movie would get a Criterion release, but it did, and I'm glad I own it. So hail to physical media. But I am catching up on a lot of stuff. So my own collection, Lady Shadowband had her collection, so we're catching up on that. So trying to replenish my inspiration and my influence. So there we go. My good friend Colin isn't here. As soon as he says hi, last Matt, Carol's there throwing tables. What's that stupid profile pic? I hate you. There was no need for that. Did you all actually post that in the stupid? Yep. Oh, you did. Oh, fuck! No crap! Oh crap! Oh damn! Oh shit! They did. Oh shoot. Well, I guess I should show her. This is what she did. Where the heck are my eyebrows? Wait a minute. I gotta show this for a second. Where are my eyebrows in that one? Like, you people are sick. Like, I'm trying to do a stream. This is what you do? This is what you do. Are you guys for real? What the hell is wrong with you people? Like, you sit there and you grab these moments thinking that you have a gotcha, and you don't. I'm trying to be okay, Colin, but you see what I'm dealing with here, right? You see what I'm dealing with here? Totally not necessary. $2 from Colin Lamb. Thank you for the super chat, Colin. I appreciate it. Thank you for the normalcy. He says, name your favorite type of waterfowl. Why was that necessary? Colin, you one of the good ones. Why was that necessary? There's a misconception that road warrior Drake is the D word. It's a foul and all this stuff. Like, none of that could be further from the truth. None of that. But you guys with your super chats now trying to throw your racism in there. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I guess good show, right? Anyway, back to the chat. As yes, guys. So Monday, as I do my spooky community review, the next Monday horror stream, we're going to be talking about Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. Last week we did Horror Express with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. Now we're doing Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, the one Halloween movie that was the vision of what John Carpenter wanted to do with the Halloween series and where he was going with it in terms of making each film its own thing. So Halloween 3 is like a pariah in the Halloween franchise, but more and more people love it, so it's become a cult favorite. So for that reason alone, we're going to be doing that. Lady Shadowman for $2. Why she's paying me, I don't know, but she says, "My vengeance." Duckity, duck. Quack, quack. Oh, fuck, that hurt my throat. What can I say, guys? I'm not a throat goat. What can I tell you? Okay, as it says, watch the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean and then rewatch the original Star Wars trilogy and count all the similarities. Oh, okay. That's a good thing to anticipate. So I will totally be on the lookout for that. So that's cool. So yes. I don't know what's going on. Carol's avatar is the cover of a Last Man's music album. A Last Man sings the love songs of Tom Jones. I could totally do that. Actually, now I think about it, I could do that. I could totally do that. Why not? Maybe I should do that, right? And then you people leave me alone with your racism. What's my relationship with geese? I don't have geese in my backyard. How about that? No geese in my backyard. Just bears. Because, Colin, that question was inflammatory. I can read the super chat. Doesn't mean I have to answer it because that puts me in a position where now I have to bring validity to that question. Drake is not a waterfowl. Why would you put him in a box like that? I don't get it. On a Saturday night of all nights, why? Why, Colin? Why? If it's not Java with this Alasme, it's you with the question about waterfowls. Not necessary. The 4th Pirates movie is the weakest one of this year. Okay, no spoilers because I haven't seen them yet, but I'll keep that in mind. So, Halloween 3 kicks ass. Yes, we're going to talk about it on Monday stream. So check it coming up Monday for that. We're going to have that conversation and we're going to do that. So it'll be fun. And so far the Community Unital Spook reviews that we've been doing Mondays has been pretty good. We've been getting some solid engagement, hanging out, talking about the movies in general, and content. It's about content. Like these streams, the streams that I do, I want them to have some kind of replay value with content. So we did content today. We talked a little bit about the Doug Snaple AI stuff with the Photoshop. We did a little bit of the Common America Vasilis thing. When we didn't get too much into that because the point was not drama farming. The point was just bringing a point about you want to concentrate more on overlap and building your fan base that way. Ryu for $1.99 says, does duck taste better with red wine or orange sauce? I've never eaten because I hear it doesn't have as much meat as chicken. I'm a chicken guy, so no for me. There's none. So no, Con, you framed the question that way. Don't tell me what I didn't read. You framed it that way. You framed it that way. Which one do I like? Why? What makes you think I like them? Period. What makes you think I studied these creatures? That's a question I want to ask you. What makes you think I like these creatures, or that you felt the need to ask me that question that it was relevant to me? Let's have that conversation. Let's have that conversation. Lady Shadowman says, "Wow, for what?" It says you have more likes than viewers. Some people must have liked it, changed their mind, and left without taking their like with them. Oh, that happens. You'll get people that just come and they're like, "Oh, drop it a like, drop it a like." There's people that do that. They just come and drop a like, which is fine because that helps the shadow ban, so that more people see my channel, more people see my streams. So that's a thing. That's a thing. So I think I'm caught up in the. And once again, I'm caught up in the chat. So that's awesome. So, awesome. Very good. Very good. Let me drink this more. It's right 9 o'clock. We've actually done 2 hours of this. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good so far. And we had a decent conversation about some of these things. And it's given me the opportunity to share my perspective on things because I think there's a lot of folks or people or groups that need to hear these perspectives. That's why I say I'm open to talk to anybody. Like I don't care what side of the aisle you on. But by talk, I mean I have to have a conversation, not like just trolling or like trying to just bait me or trying to do a struggle session because that definitely ain't gonna go down. So if you think you're gonna get me in a struggle session, that's not gonna happen. That will not go down. See you guys later. Take it easy, and I will monetize you. And I can say that because I am monetized now, so I can actually say I will monetize you. So, how am I bigger than the chicken if I say the word correctly and I'm okay with their existence? That makes me anti-bigot. You got it wrong, Tim. I'm anti-bigot when it comes to chickens. I endorse their existence 100%. So, okay, but I haven't seen season 2 yet. I'm starting season 2 of Stranger Things. So don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it for me. How does my sarcasm go over your head? Because I'm not a sarcastic person. I told you that. My humor can be dry. I'm like, it happens. I'm like, and people that know me know this about me. Like they'll say a zinger and it'll just go over my head, and I take it too seriously. And I'm like, wait, what? And like, I'm just joking. I'm like wow. So you just figured that out about me. You figured that part out. So, Tim Olson, this is not true. Stop it. I have a human head like everybody else. Stop it. Be better. For Allah's sake, please be better. Please be better. So, right, it's a spoiler. There are creatures and weird things in the show. Oh, I saw the first season, so yeah, I saw the creatures, I saw the weird things, and I'm sure there's more in season 2. So, and they're making seasons. I think it's at season 5 now, right? They already shot season 5, and it's supposed to be the final season. So it's supposed to debut, I think, either this month or next month. So I tuned in at the right time to binge watch Stranger Things. That way I could see it in one session, and I got the fullness of it without having to wait years for it. So sometimes that's the benefit of like not seeing a show when it airs, is when you finally get to it and it's already been, the whole thing's been aired, you can see it in one shot, and you get the fullness of it. So I like that. I'm totally cool with that, and it also prevents me from investing in a show that would kill your investment, Game of Thrones. And I haven't seen it. I don't plan on seeing it now because now that I know what happens and how so many people got pissed off with it, I don't want to invest in that show now. So I'd rather not. I'm cool with it. Pollo Grande, says Edwin Boyet. Pollo Grande. Big Chicken. Is that the like Big Chicken as in the chicken corporations that are oppressing the small chicken family-owned businesses? Because yeah, Big Chicken needs to be dealt with. So down with Big Chicken, 100%. No spoilers, Cass says. No spoilers for Stranger Things. I know you're not spoiling it, but still, I want to try to avoid as much. So yeah, we just finished season 1 because I had not seen the show. So we did season 1. Now we're gonna begin season 2 of Stranger Things. So that's where we're at. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. So I want to avoid the spoilers because I want to go into it new and fresh. And so far, it's been a good experience. Angela Curry, $5. Thank you for the $5, Angela. She says, for the record, I do love the ending credits song, but I also feel bad that I love it. You see? Hail. Good Lord. Okay. There, I said it. I said it to the best of my ability, so I did it. So thank you for the $5, Angela. That was nice of you. Just waiting for my eyes to get back to place. I think they're getting back into place, so we're good. Yeah, my eyes are getting back into place. I think we're good now. I think we're right. Actually, Evan Boyette says of Stranger Things, it's fire started with synthetic nostalgia. You know what? That's a good analogy. That's actually a good analogy. Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong about that. And yeah, I it's funny because I think the music is what makes the 80s. Because outside of the music, I didn't see much. Maybe like a show on their TV that hinted that it was in the 80s. So they probably need to do a better job of making it more 80s aesthetic, but I guess we'll see in season 2 and so forth how it looks. So yeah, so Colin for $2. Thank you for calling. He says, "Say hail." He paid me, so I gotta say it now. That's the way it works. So now that I got super chats, I gotta read it. Doesn't mean I mean it, but I gotta read it. So here we go. Hail. 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 I'm trying. Hail. Hail Qua. Qua.
Yeah, for someone that says they're not a throat goat, you're right now.
Hail Qua. There. I said it. I did it. I said it. You can't say anything. Say it. It's done. Over. There you go. Done. Okay. Okay. Colin says check out Emerald Man. And there's the link, the Global Comics link right there. So there you go, yes. Pay pigs get what they want, the word boy. I'm allowed to pay my bills. What's wrong with you, American History X? What are you going to curb stomp me? Because I'm a pock? I will take it. Put me in the curb and stomp me. It's fine. Get it over with. I'll join my fellow pox and wherever they went in the afterlife somewhere. In the Kentucky Fried Chicken of heaven somewhere. I don't know. It just is. But, This is a lie, Michael. This is a lie. That never happened. That's not happening. Ever. Ever. Never. I didn't know you speak Klingon. I don't. Well, it's 9:17. Maybe I'm going to probably call it a stream. I think we talked about as much as we did. But Monday, 8 o'clock on my channel, the Community Talk Spook Reviews. We're going to be talking Halloween Season 3. So we've been doing those horror streams every Monday, and the engagement's been pretty good. So tune in for that, for the Halloween 3 discussion. So if you haven't seen Halloween 3, go check it out. If you don't have a copy, you can find it on of all places in an archive. Archive.org has it there, so you can see it there on archive.org. Halloween Season 3. And check it out there, and we'll have that conversation. So, hang out there. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys having here. And I'm definitely not that. So that did not happen. That did not happen. So I am definitely okay with that. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. And there's KSS with the link to Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. It's in the printers right now. So check. There's a lot of coffee going on here. I swear on Allah, this is a very nice house. Trust me on this one. But yeah, and then Vatican City. Okay, so there's 2 reviews for Vatican City. So for Vatican City spoilers, go to Bancroft. For no Vatican City spoilers, head to Shelby. So you got 2 reviews for Vatican City, and you can pick which one you want. So, but thank you for tuning in. I guess I think we're going to be done here, so I can clear my throat and end the stream, and that way it'll have replay value. For those of you that super chatted, thank you for your super chats. Thank you for participating and contributing. I guess that your boy Zach has a new video out with a weird title. Holy Gaslight Batman. I guess I'll check it out. Well, I guess if we stop being racist in the Discord for a second, maybe I'll schedule a watch party. How about that? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe we'll see that. How about this? Let me put the link to my Discord in the chat before I go. Put the link in my Discord. It's called the Safe Space. And yes, the initial idea for the Discord was to do these watch parties for these Monday night horror streams. So let me get it right here. Oh, you guys, the one room in the entire Discord that's busy, the racism will racist. That's not surprising, but it is. Let's see. Let me copy link. And you don't need a phone to go on Discord. You could do this on your browser. There it is. There's the link to the Discord, to the safe space, as I call it. Did it post? No, that didn't post. That's not the link. Hold on. That ain't the link. Let me just click out of there. I posted the wrong thing. It's supposed to be the. There we go. Let's see now. Let's try it again. Let's see if that works now. Posting the link to the Discord. No, it's still posting. See, I hit the copy button and it's just. It keeps posting the stream. There. Now I gotta just do the manual copy. There it is. There we go. There's the link to the Discord. There it is. There it is, right there. There's a link to the Discord. So that's my safe space. You go there to participate in a community, to be loving, tolerant of each other, and all things. But we're not. But if you're gonna be hateful and racist, there's room in the Discord for that. Take your hatred and vitriol there. That's what you gotta do. So, but yeah, I think I've said enough. So now I'm gonna go. The link is in the chat. It's in the chat. Just go there. I'm not calling it Monster Monday because it sounds weird. I like the title I have, the Community Unita Spook Reviews, because it's me. It relates to me. I'm special. I'm an individual. I matter. I'm important. I'm important. Damn it, I am. I don't care what anybody says. I posted the right link, Carol. You knew I was trying to get it right, but you want to cause stuff and divide us. I'm sorry, Cass. I disagree. Monster Money is better than the convoluted dog shit title. That's why I use it, because it gets people talking. So there you go. So I swear he does to hurt me. I use this the Community Monster Mondays. I don't like Monster Mondays. It's so obvious. It's on the nose, Goyam. It's on the nose. I don't want to do that. Everyone like Monster Monday. They also want me DED. Does that mean we give them what they want all the time? No. You gotta balance it out. You gotta balance things out. Somebody's gotta say, maybe they don't need that. So, which crayon tastes best? Peanut? I hate your pogs so much. I hope you sniff them so hard that your nostrils become pog sized and people mistake you for a bush bitch in Africa. I hope they do, Helmet. I hope they do. For the rest of you guys in chat, have a good day. Take care. Hatred sucks.